Alright everyone, part 2 of the changing rear brake pads. I got the caliper off. It actually came off really easy. I didn't realize this year only has a single piston on the rears. I was reading some forums. I've heard people having problems after they change their rear brake pads. But anyway, the signal on this one, shit, that one was fucking broke off. But it's on the bottom, so I'm going to make sure to keep that there. I'm going to pull this one. It's also on the bottom. Now the thing is, I got these laid out, and you have to match. You know, you want to match them up. You know, assuming the guy who installed them last, you know, put them in the same way that the OM ones were in, or the last ones were in. But so I'm gonna put them, you know, silencer to the bottom. Go ahead and slide them on. Slide the new ones in. And what I do like to do is I got some of this grease from AutoZone, and I put some grease on here. And I do grease the little piston ring here, the caliper outer side. And right now I'm in park, so it's locked up, but I am probably going to have to compress it quite a bit because, man, I rode these babies all the way until they're gone. So obviously that's what's grinding. So far the caliper was really easy to pull off. And what I'm going to do now is take my little tool, also from AutoZone, and go ahead and use the old brake pad because I don't like to, you know, you don't want to mess this up here. So I'm going to use the old brake pad and compress it, and then go ahead and slip this baby back on. What I also forgot to do, what I normally do most days, is just pop the lid on my master cylinder reservoir. You know, and I'm low. The master cylinder reservoir that's a little low, I'm going to have to top that off, but you always want to make sure to take that cap off because when you're pushing this piston back in, you don't want to have any problems. How easy that is to see there, but kind of like that. I got the little tool here. I had to put it all the way down. Alright, and then just slowly press it and kind of keep an eye on it, make sure nothing crazy is going on. As you can see, I had to really compress this one. I'm gonna check it, see if it's close. You know, that's pretty close, but I'm just going to go a little bit more. And then when I push my brake pedal, you know, it'll go to where it needs to go. But I don't want the caliper, well, to be right, you know, on it. So go ahead and press it a little bit more. slipping on freely now. And what I'm going to go ahead now and do is get some of this brake lubricant, put them on the contact points, also put them on the little bolts here. Now the rear is a little different than the front, you know, there's not these, you know, the long bolts, but you still have this sleeve here. You know, you want to keep those intact, make sure, you know, they're not damaged or anything like that, because they are rubber. But other than that, this is part 2. I'll check back in when I get on the passenger side tire.